What's up, Magic Makers? Drew here. And I decided to check this morning on my sub count and immediately realized I needed to get on it. It is already time for me to do my thank you for my 400 subs, even though I literally just mailed out the 300 sub box due to complications from Hurricane Florence. So first, let me say thank you to everyone for subscribing. As I say every time, it really humbles me that so many people care enough to click that button about what I have to say or what I do. So thank you. Now, for anyone who's been subscribed to me for a while, you already know the deal, but for my new subscribers, all I ask is that you be subscribed to my channel and that you leave a comment below the video letting me know you want to be entered if you do. This way, I know that only people who actually want to receive what it is I'm giving are in the drawing. So I will write down all the names and I will draw a name randomly, and that will be the winner of the giveaway. So what is it I'm giving away? This one turned out to be mostly plant material somehow. It wasn't my intention going in, but I just go into my studio and randomly pick things. I have things that are specifically set aside for the purpose of giveaways or just to give to friends, things that I collect throughout the year. And then also herbs that I work with, things. Whatever I'm drawn to in the moment is what goes in the giveaway. So I just did this literally 10 minutes ago. And so I'll be looking up the correspondences in my grimoire because I can't remember all of them off the top of my head. Some of them aren't even in here, actually. Okay, so the first thing is this. It's kind of weird. I think they're really cool. To me, they look like little butterflies or moths, depending on which angle you hold it at. I think this one would be best like this. I mainly use these for decorative purposes or in their whole form. I don't usually break them up and do weird things with them. They do have these little claws on the outside. This is a cotton blossom, is what I call it. It is what the cotton actually grows out of. I live in a state where we grow cotton and tobacco, and after they go through and they harvest everything, there's always leftovers on the ground, and my husband will grab up whatever is just basically going to go back to Gaia because it'll just sit there and deteriorate for me to use in my magic. And so I have a bunch of raw cotton and a bunch of cotton blossoms. Now, cotton is good for healing, luck, protection, and bringing rain, weather magic. So I just think they're cool. So one of those will be in there. Also, I have these 3 little bottles, these little glass bottles, and they're kind of like ginseng bottles that have been cleaned out. So they don't have lids, but when I use these, because I have a ton of them, one of my dear soul sisters gives them to me, I seal them with wax, if I like for spell bottles. So there'll be 3 of those in there. A bag of citrus. So I have a dehydrator, and I love my dehydrator, and I use it whenever possible. And so in this bag there is lime, orange, lemon, and a grapefruit. And the grapefruit is great for protection. It's an energy amplifier. It's good for purifying, healing, inner strength, clarity, and renewal. And the lemon is good for longevity, purification, unity, love, clarity, aura cleansing, rejuvenation, fidelity, friendship, happiness, and awareness. And the orange is good for love, luck, divination, money, joy, inspiration, creativity, health, and prosperity. And the lime is good for healing, love, protection, purification, and energy amp. And what I will do is I always include a thank you note in my package. So if either I will write the corresponding properties in the note, or most times I'll take a sticky label and put them on the package itself, so that way you know automatically what everything is and what it's good for. Next is pumpkin. Okay, some of my little pumpkin slices look weird they look like maybe they're trying to mold or something. It's not the case. I love weird pumpkins, so I like green pumpkins are my favorite. But like one of these is a striped. It's green and yellow, and then there's orange pumpkin in here. But they're just different types of pumpkin. There's nothing wrong with it. And there are some seeds in here as well. And pumpkin is good for wishes, love, prosperity, divination, protection, and renewal. And these are my Samhain pumpkins from last year. Yeah, because I get a lot of pumpkins, so I don't have to dehydrate them every year. I'd have way too much pumpkin if I did. Next, we have little cactus spines. I grow cacti, so I harvest once a year spines. And I don't know if they have a correspondence like specifically. I use them for protection and like defensive magic, things of that nature. So those will be in there. I had wanted it to be a Samhain themed box since it's, you know, that time of year, but I just wasn't drawn to it. This is what I was drawn to. But I would say some of these things, it does have a Samhain flair. Even the cotton blossom to me, and obviously the pumpkin. All of it is very natural and earthy, and some of it is for protective magic, defensive magic. These blackberry bramble, this is wild blackberry bramble from around where I live. Another dear soul sister gave this to me, and I have a lot of it, so I thought I'd share. It is prickly. It will bite you. It will grab you, so be careful with it. And again, if it has specific properties I'm not aware, I use it for protection and defensive magic, things of that nature. Okay, next there will be a couple pieces of what I call birch paper. It's bark from a birch paper tree. Now, my favorite thing to use this for is to write petitions on, but the properties of birch are the divine feminine, healing, depression and anxiety, cleansing, rebirth, protection, renewal, and new growth. I think it's a pretty Samhain box. All right. Lastly, graveyard dirt. Okay, so I've been wanting to talk about graveyard dirt for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and do it in this video. Currently, we sell it in our Etsy shop, but I don't know if I'm going to continue to do that, honestly. Once what I've got is gone, I don't know if I don't know. I haven't decided. I might, but it won't be immediately. There'll definitely be a pause because, well, there's a lot of reasons. I get my dirt from a family plot, you could say. And as most of you know, if you've watched my channel, I don't get along with my father, and the plot is on his property. So getting the dirt would be difficult. I don't want to deal with it. So, I mean, I have a backstock, a large backstock, and the man will pass away one day, but in the meantime, so in this family plot, there's my mother's resting place, my brother's resting place, and any family pet throughout most of my life is in that resting place. So that's the energy in general that that area has, but I specifically collect dirt from my mother's final resting place. And first off, I have a specific procedure that I use to collect the dirt, a ritual of sorts, I guess. It's a ritualistic. I do the same thing every time in the same way. And this is something that was given to me in a dream. I dreamt of doing this. It's before I ever even thought of collecting graveyard dirt. I never thought that that was something I would do. And then was prompted with the message after my mother died that I needed to do that. And did it in the exact procedure of the dream, and I've done it that way ever since. I was going to tell everybody what that procedure is, because I'm not a secret person. I don't do secrets. I don't think that spirit keeps secrets. But I always felt a pause, like, no, don't do that. And the reason being, not that it's a secret and it's not something that all of you don't deserve or are able to know and do yourselves. It's just that this is not the way that that information is given. You don't just dump it out on your YouTube channel. I don't know. It is a sacred, beautiful gift that is given, and this is not the way to give it, if that makes sense. I collect dirt from my mother. And of course there's an offering made. The whole thing is very respectful and beautiful and unusual. But I am of the opinion, now you could find lots of information on the internet about graveyard dirt, what it's for and how to use it. And sure, there are some generalities. To me, it's very much like crossroads dirt in that you can use it for just about anything. But for me, I absolutely believe that the dirt is influenced by whomever is in the grave, energetically speaking. So for instance, if the dirt came from the grave of a soldier, it might be very protective, or it may lend an energy of structure and stability, or an energy of sacrifice. If it were the dirt from the grave of a gambler, it might lend the energy of luck and good fortune, or maybe the opposite if the person wasn't good at gambling. I don't know. But I mean, the energy of the individual in the grave, I believe, permeates the dirt and influences the dirt. This being dirt from my mother's grave, I feel like I can strongly tell you that this dirt is protective, particularly of women and children, particularly when it comes to any type of abuse. I can tell you that this dirt would be good for matters of loyalty and love, particularly unconditional self-love or unconditional unity consciousness, like love of humanity. But again, being graveyard dirt, it can be used for just about anything. Okay guys, that's my giveaway. If you're interested in any of those goodies, please drop me a comment and you will be entered. And again, I'm just really grateful. Thank you so much. I love a giveaway. I love to give and receive, especially if it's a YouTuber that I'm into and I get to get something from them. I think that's so cool. So I want to give that back if anybody feels that way. And I will continue to do these giveaways until I reach 1,000 subscribers. If I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm hoping I do. If I do, then I'll stop doing it every 100 subs, and I'll do them for other reasons, just randomly, because I'm always going to do giveaways. But as always, thanks for hanging out, and until next time, much love and gratitude.